Kuva Hek, Nezha Prime, still have a cap. It's actually, I tried to, let's say, do as many challenges as possible in a single run. So that is 2 challenges and a request. The first challenge with is getting to level cap without invincibility, invisibility, all that stuff. This is one. Nezha has some kind of invincibility that is 3 seconds on his I don't even know, I think it's his third ability, which is the Warding Halo, and that's pretty much it. The ability itself is not on, well, while it's active, it's not a damage immunity like Iron Skin is a damage reduction, which barely does anything on here. Yeah, everything just goes right through my shields and just like that. And those 3 seconds go away pretty fast. So the other challenge was to kill, bring a weapon or kill Demolus, level cap Demolus without armor stripping, and the Kuva Hek can do it, but it needs everything on the place. Nothing, you can't really be missing anything. I need literally everything. I need my the Mesa ability, shooting gallery. I need the full stacks, or the arcanes, the galvanize. I need everything, but it can kill. Of course, if I had more stuff, more damaging in here, it would be easier. But yeah, I don't. So working with what I have. It's being hard keeping up stacks. I'm having to use armor strip on enemies to make it easier to get the stacks, to get everything going. So yeah, even to get, I'm gonna attempt now. See, oh Jesus, I'm having a hard time with the belief. Belief is the worst. Oh, almost two-shotted. Okay. What are we gonna do right? Oh. Coming right after me. Gotcha. Yep. As you guys could see, it can kill. One of the things that's keeping me alive here is actually Arcane Aegis. Lower levels, super good, amazing. Higher levels, as unreliable as Arcane Trickery. Being a pain to proc, of course you need to take damage to your shields, but when you get it to proc, and it's a 3% chance if I'm not wrong, when you get it to proc, you're pretty much unkillable for 12 seconds. This is a run that would be a problem in a map like Kappa because of the Noxus. Here we don't have Noxus, so that is something to consider. About this subject, Noxus and Toxin Damage, I have a video ready. It's uploaded for quite some time now, but I wanted to make one of these runs first, so you guys don't think I just wouldn't do these kind of challenges. I am gonna. I have a few more frames that you guys have requested. So yeah. Oh, forgot to mention, talking about requests, the request of this run, not this specific run, but a request that I've got is to actually... Forgot to use the chakram. Now... okay. I am dead. I'm gonna armor strip this too. Woohoo! This is... yeah. Things can go south pretty quick. Okay. I am not gonna complete this one because I am gonna just lose everything. So, time to go. Yeah. It can kill, it can do everything, but not the ideal. Probably shouldn't have brought everything together for this run. The non-armor strip and also a frame that doesn't have an invincibility or invisibility. This is the kind of run that actually makes you remember why you use stealth frames, why you use revenant and invincibility and stuff for level caps, because it's just much easier. I also know Vazarin is running Unairu here, so yeah. Let's get on to the builds, and I'm also gonna give you guys a. I'm gonna try to change this for an optimized build for Nezha. Starting off, 3 Archon shards, 2 for energy, 1 for energy orbs. So Nezha build. This is it. I wanted to use the auger set to get the shield gating going. Shooting gallery might not be the best option out there, but it made it possible. It was a decent amount of CC, even though I think I'm saying it probably not the best option, because in order to trigger Arcane Ages, I think we can trigger it while on the 3 seconds of the Warding Halo. But a bunch of this 3-second vulnerability, I was actually having the enemies around me stunned because of the ability. So it might not be the best thing. Other options, Eclipse, but the other viral one, Nourish, is even great for energy, because nezha is actually a pretty cast intensive frame. The idea would be to use probably Blazing Chakram as much as you can, and with Equilibrium was... With a different build, you could drop one of the Augur mods for Equilibrium, and instead of taking Corrosive Projection, we would be taking Brief Respite. Let's just make a build for that right now. Let's make a build considering you were not trying to heal without armor strip. You were armor stripping or using slash. So Brief Respite. Would trade... Which one? Well, I don't think we need duration for anything really. So yeah, I don't know. Depends on your helmet, but let's trade this for Equilibrium, and we can use Coaction. Does Coaction Drift work on Brief Respite? That is a good question. Probably does, but I don't know. One of the hardest things on the run was not being able to trigger my shield gaining with Blazing Chakram. It's such a cheap skill, and it was bad not being able to trigger it with it, because it didn't have enough Augur mods to have it. It was giving me 21 shields. My shields are 38, so that is pretty sad. You know, I was also talking about energy. It was pretty hard not being using energize, because I was really missing the energy. But yeah, you could use here. Of course, have to see if Coaction Drift works. Would be a decent option here. Of course, I don't even have the forma for that. But yeah, you don't really need... I don't even know. I think you don't need Prime Sure-Footed, because I think Warding Halo gives you status immunity. Yeah, not really sure, but I think it does. So yeah, that's about it for the frame. Hek was able to one-shot depending on the enemy, even with Corrosive. We're talking enemies that would be absolutely annihilated with Varl being one-shotted with Corrosive. Of course, the Primer and Galvanized Savvy, I felt that it was actually a great impact on the damage. When I had lesser stats, I could feel on the little damage numbers. I could just see, instead of hitting like 100k each pellet, was hitting like 90k, 80k. Of course, the stacks were depending on a secondary encumber other than that. I took Corrosive, Viral, Heat, Corrosive Space, so pretty good for the Tysus to use on level caps that you're gonna not armor strip. So here we could trade this for viral instead of that. Use prime chilling grasp. Done. Build's done. Without even a raven, you don't even need one. Weapon is really strong. For contagion, I did not get the time to use contagion against armored targets because it was a kind of a shit show. You guys could see there. It was pretty messy. It was pretty bad. But I feel like this is a challenge completed. I'm gonna wait for citizens' approval on nezha, but I think it was just fine. Of course, this run would be 20 times easier. I'm saying more than 10 times because it would be 20 times easier if I had Brief Respite to trigger my shield gating with Blazing Chakram, potentially a different helmet, and Vazarin. Vazarin would make it so much easier to survive. This one run wouldn't be possible without Last Gasp. Impossible the way I did it. Other than that, also the Panzer Volpophyla saved me a bunch of times with Martin Symbiosis. A bunch of times. It was just crazy. Crazy. And really, equilibrium, oh my god, no, not having energy problems. Yeah. You guys really opened my eyes for nezha. I think I've spent more time playing this frame, these 4 hours that I've been into this level cap, than the rest of my entire years of playing Warframe. Yeah, probably. Divine Spears, amazing CC for non-Maximus units. Warning Halo's pretty nice, even though I don't even understand how the damage reduction don't really works, but after X amount of damage, everything won't make a difference. Anything won't make a difference. Blazing Chakram is good. The damage vulnerability is really good. Really good. It's really a frame that has a bunch of stuff. It's a generalist frame, but it's also pretty good. Like, especially for disruptions, I felt like it was such a good frame. But of course, if we're talking about Noxus, bye-bye. No way. It's gonna die so many times. It would be crazy. That's why I made a whole video talking about Noxus and toxin damage. I had a hard time dealing with enemy toxin weapons, but it wasn't that bad. Luckily, I got like only a few enemy toxin weapons and only a few energy drains. Still was a pretty challenging run, just because of how things just go in steel path and you get one shot at it, and sometimes the damage just goes through your shield. After your shield getting, they don't care. That's just how I felt it. I got one shot at too often. Yeah, don't even know what I'm opening up right now. Thinking about if there's anything extra that I want to talk about this run, but I think it was really about that. Yeah. I think I'm gonna say these are 2 challenges completed and a request. That's how I would play nezha for a level cap. That was a frame without invincibility or invisibility. Of course, there is high frames on the third ability, but yeah, it's gonna see if that's okay or not. But that's a win for me, I think. But I'm happy to be able to take nezha to level cap. Pretty happy. Oh yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the frame. What do you guys think about the run, the weapon? Kuva Hek, I don't even know it. Don't even think it was on the list, but it was a weapon that I felt would be able to kill level cap enemies without armor strip. So leave it a like, consider subscribing.